Good morning. Good morning. I am coming to you, and it is 1 week post-op. Okay, I'm looking here. Let me see. Do I look here? Here. I still can't get this straight, like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. It is 1 week post-op. I had my 7-day appointment yesterday at the plastic surgeon's, and it went pretty well. Excuse the mess. I really, I haven't been able to do a whole lot. And so my house is not totally the way that I want it to be. Let me turn on the light and see if I can get better lighting in here. But I wanted to come to you and share a little bit about where I am in this breast reduction, liposuction adventure. Okay. So, as you see here, I have new tatas and they need some work. Here's the deal. So we went in yesterday, and I don't know, you can see my nipples basically through this. There's one here and there's one here, right? But there's all this under here. Basically, the one thing that I talked to the plastic surgeon about as a concern of mine going into this surgery happened. My nipples are too high. They're like up here. And he's hoping that this swelling, because there's still swelling going on over here, he is hoping that when the swelling goes down, and he says the cut for some reason, and he says things are supposed to lift up some, that the nipple will find itself in the right place. However, if not, he is going to do a revision. The revision, and he wants to lipo. He wants to lipo a little bit on my sides because they're not really like, I don't know if you can see it on this, but there's too much over here. And he thought that he'd taken it. His plan was to take as much as he could from over here, but evidently it didn't work the way that he'd planned on it working. So, yeah, this is going to be a long journey, and I'm okay with it. My reality is that I'm not in a relationship. I'm not undressing for anybody. The only person who sees this is me. In fact, my daughter was out of school yesterday, and so she went to the appointment with me, and I refused to allow her in the room with me. I've lifted up the bra a little bit for her and shown her where the cuts and the incisions were, but that's all that she's seen. And she's seen my belly, but my belly isn't a whole lot to really discuss there. It is going down finally. I would say that the worst part of this entire procedure has been this. This, not such a big deal. I've had minimal pain here. It has been this, where he went in and he just, whoo. But I feel like there's still a little bit of a bulge here. He says that's my muscle, that my muscle is not flat, that it's round, but that he cleaned all of this out. And he cleaned out my flanks. So I am a happy camper right now, even though this is going to be an extensive experience getting these shaped like they need to be shaped. I appreciate, and I really do, and I was back and forth on, I was taping these, was I going to upload them to YouTube? I will, because those other people, other women who went through this experience prepared me so much, and I am so thankful. I knew what to expect. I really appreciate it, and so I am going to post mine. I guess I shouldn't. In fact, I was looking at this, right? This was one of my sports bras, and I put on one of the sports bras that I used to wear, and I was always falling out of it with spillage, and this was one of them too, okay? And I'm not even going to try to put this one on because it's an over the head, and I don't want to do, I've always from day one been able to put my hands over my head. No, he doesn't want me to. He's afraid that I'm going to extend too far and I'm going to, cause a problem here. But this was me actually taking off the sweatshirt that I had on and looking at the sports bras that I used to wear. And one of them that I put on had so much space up in here. It was like, oh my God. These things are small. Let me share experience with you. So I went into Kohl's and I was looking for sports bras because I realized that I only had the two that I bought pre-surgery, and they were from Walmart. And it seems like the minute that I washed them, they had the snaps at the front, the hooks. The minute that I washed them, it was hard to hook them. I don't know. It's like they didn't shrink. They expanded or something. They got too big. Anyway, so I went to Kohl's and I was looking for sports bras. So I basically found these bras here, and I'm sorry I keep moving around. These bras here, there was a sale and I was able to use like the $5 back, 10% off or whatever. So I got 6 of these for $15. You know, they're originally $25 per pack. Yeah, Kohl's, I was never a fan of Kohl's before I moved to Los Angeles. I mean, before I moved from Los Angeles to Georgia. Now I don't have a lot of options where I am as far as stores are, unless I want to drive 45 minutes to get to a Macy's or something. So I found a Kohl's, and in fact, I found a couple of Kohl's out here. Kohl's is really big, and now I'm a Kohl's shopper. So anyway, um, these bras. So I went in to buy these bras, and there was a woman at the register. She was an elderly woman, and I'm saying elderly, not really. She was an older woman, more mature woman. She was about probably 65, 70. And, you know, she was, come here, baby, come on, it's your time, get in line, what are you, you know, come up to the register. And we were going through the transaction, and I started talking about the bras. This is the first time that I just had a general conversation with anybody about having a breast reduction. You know, strangers. And she said, oh yeah, honey, I went through that years ago. I lost my left nipple. And I was like, hmm? And she said, yeah, yeah, but you know, they want $100 for those cutlet things that you put in, which I don't think so. I think you can buy the cutlets at Target, honestly, for maybe $20. I used to use them. Um, but and not because my nipples were very sensitive, so basically I would be out and the lights would be on, so I didn't want that, so I bought the cutlets. But I didn't correct her. I was like, you know, whatever. And so she was like, well, what size were you, what size did you go to? And they said, well, I think I'm probably about a B right now. And she looked at the bras and she said, but honey, these are little girls' bras. I was like, okay. But they are little girls' bras, but they didn't come out of the little girl section. They came out of the women's section. You know, I'm like, and I said, no, these are women's bras. I didn't get them out of the little girl section. And so the way that the doctor's saying he will fix this is he's going to lipo this. And in order to bring the nipple down, he's going to have to go in and take some out from here, and that will cause the breast to the nipple to be more centered on my breast. Um, which he says he'll do it all in his office, but to me, I don't know. I need to tilt this, sorry. And I'm okay. I just want it to be done right. In the end, I want my nipples to sit where they're supposed to, and I want my breast to look normal when I take my clothes off. No one can tell right now, and that's why it's not really bothering me at this point. Like I said, I'm not undressing for anybody but me. But when that day comes, I want my stuff to be straight. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm coming to you, I guess, and I've never quite figured out how you really count post-op. At first, I was counting days post-op, like day 1 after the operation. But I don't know if day 1 is the day of the operation. I don't really know. Honestly, this process, I would say, on a scale of 1 to 10, overall, the breast and the lipo, and then I'll separate the two. But overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, as far as pain and drama, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, I would say this was maybe a 5 or a 6. It really has not been that bad. Now, if I rated the breasts by themselves on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 4. you know, it's not been a big deal. The lipo on a scale of 1 to 10, probably a 7. 7 to one day it was an 8. Yeah. That's been the most painful part of all of this. But this stuff up here really hasn't. So I'm not that concerned about a revision. I can't imagine that the revision, he is going to lipo on the side. So I might feel it might be worse than just the initial one. I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to come to you guys a week out, say I am doing fabulously. I can't wait to work out again and get that jiggle straightened. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. Anyway, it's been 1 week. Everything is fantastic. It's not perfect. Life is not perfect. There are going to be hiccups. I'm grateful that I am healthy. I'm able to do what I need to do. I'm able to drive. I'm able to take my daughter to where she's supposed to go. I made her bunk bed a few minutes ago. I didn't think I was going to be able to even make that bunk bed for a couple of weeks. I got up there. There was no pain. I'm good. I am good. So I would say to those of you who really, and you see this in so many videos, but I'm going to say it too. For those women who really have a problem with feeling that, one, either they just, for vanity's sake, can't stand having big breasts. It's always been a big problem for them. Or women who have big breasts and it's causing back problems, it's causing neck problems, and you're afraid of the surgery. It's going to be worth it. Even if you're like me and you end up having to go through a revision, it's worth it. Right now, I love just taking this thing off and just looking at myself. One of the issues though is itching. I'm itching right now. My stomach itches all the time. Oh my God. And it's like right here, right on the hip. And I'm just rubbing it. I just rub. But, yeah, what was I saying? I don't even know. But I was saying that if this is something that you've wanted to do, do it. I did not have insurance handle mine because the density, and I didn't have the, recording and the 2 years of physical therapy and all that. I really wasn't interested in going through that. What I decided was I was going to not do certain things for my birthday. Most people would do, travel to some exotic place or hold this big party for their 50th birthday. I decided I was going to take that money and do something that was long lasting for me and good for me, because I do so much as a single mom for my daughter and I neglect myself all the time. And itch, rub, but yeah, it's worth it. Save your money to get it done, or go through insurance, start documenting now the physical therapy that you need, the whatever it is that's required for you to have it. Anything worth having is always going to, be a little bit of a challenge. You're going to find some resistance. But in the end, you want to this is one life you got to live. You want to live it in the body that you desire. And I'm not talking about some modified body that you see in magazines that's not real and, has been photoshopped. But I'm talking just a good, strong, healthy body. And I feel great. And when I finish this, I'm going to sit down and fill out some paperwork, loads of paperwork, and then I'm going to try to get these videos up, okay? So I'll be checking in again. Thank you so much for watching and so much for sticking with me. And for those new people who are watching my channel, I only, have a handful of people who view my channel because I've been so spotty and so bad at uploading. I videotape all the time, but I don't sit down and edit and upload. I'm trying to get better, okay? So just hang in there with me. We're talking about the breast reduction now. We'll be talking about some other stuff down the line. In the beginning, I promised that I'd talk about adopting and my daughter and all that. I'm going to get there, okay? Thank you so much and love you guys. Bye.